Bam! I think we're live. Check this out. Watch this. Watch this. Ready?
Ready. Very nice.
Pretty slick, huh? All right. Hey, Kevin and I are going to work out. So, we're just going to walk through what a kind of a normal class looks like, except for the fact that it's not going to be a full class. It's just going to be Kevin and me. So we always start with the principle of the week, and then we got a question of the day. So principle of the week is human body needs to sleep in order to survive and thrive. I hope you can hear me, by the way. It looks like you can. Question is, what is the worst side effect of not getting enough sleep? What's your answer, Kev?
Being tired and low energy when you come in to work out with Jarek in the afternoon.
Tired and low energy, specifically for exercise and activity?
Well, I mean, I was dragging a little bit at work this morning.
That as well. I'm gonna actually say the flip side of what somebody, who was it? It was Sam. What Sam said yesterday about the greatest benefit. He kind of answered both of these, but he was saying greatest benefit basically being like essentially immune function, right?
Sure.
So the opposite being, hey, when you don't get enough sleep, like that, oftentimes that's a huge driver for getting sick.
Sure.
Right? And so like honestly, when I have been at my worst health-wise and immune system-wise, sleep is by far the biggest single driver for all that stuff. So it's good. All right, as you can see, laid out here, here's our plan. A little bit of a clean complex for a strength piece. So what do we have? Jeepers, 6 reps. First rep, halting clean deadlift. So basically that's from the floor. We're gonna stop right below the knee, bring it back down to the floor, then one clean pull, so full extension, not finishing the clean. Bring it back to a low hang, so that's below the knees. Only clean of the whole thing. Then stand that up, 3 front squats to finish.
Great.
Cool. So we're gonna go every 90 seconds for 12 minutes. It's gonna get us 8 sets in 12 minutes. We'll just build through the 8 sets, kind of try to hit the heaviest. Then we went super long yesterday. We not including Kevin. So Kevin just gets the benefit of a short workout today. A little midline and basically overhead gymnastics workout. So I'm gonna be doing what you see on the top, and we're going to be applying this principle of what is affectionately called program for the best, scale for the rest.
I am the rest. Happy to do it.
So you can see down there at the bottom what Kev's gonna do, and we'll get into that a little bit more when we get there. So first, we're gonna warm up. 30 march. High knees. Spot clean. Actually, why don't you march your way over to get a barbell?
I can do that.
Oh boy. Hope my audio is working all right. Guess I can check with my phone, wherever my phone's at. There it is. Ooh. Here's the problem with your mic placement is you're gonna hit it with the barbell.
Yeah, it's a good chance.
Oof. So 5 reps, hang, squat clean with the bar. Ooh. So take it from the hang. Oh yeah. Then split your stance, 5 overhead press. Then split your stance the other way, 5 overhead press both ways. And back to the march. Oof, da. hat, man, the hat. Actually, I should probably do one of these. I guess this is the only time to be pressing the bar overhead, but oofda. Oh, I lost count. So the goal with a warm-up like this is really just to prep the movement patterns that we're going to be hitting. So a big one with the warm-up, or sorry, not the warm-up, big one with the strength piece is squatting and pulling off the floor. So this march is honestly just a great movement to just get the hips generally warmed up. Obviously the exact same movement pattern with the squat clean, just with the super light load with the empty barbell. And then that split stance in the overhead press. So obviously handstand walk, handstand push-up, we've got the overhead pressing. But then, so both this march and that split position, really looking at, so the hips being a huge factor in obviously the sit-ups, but even the overhead globally extended position, especially with the handstand walk. There's a lot of hip extension needed for that movement. And so it's a really simple way, instead of just pressing overhead, hey, let's add in a little bit of hip extension prep for really no extra cost. Beautiful. Warm?
Warm.
Great. So I'm gonna start light and build through the 8 sets. Oh gosh. 95, 50, 35, 55, 75.
I'm gonna start even lighter and try to survive.
Maybe start at 95 and just add 10s. I should probably start at 135, I guess. I'll wheel the 10s over. Oh! So full thing. So off the ground, it's literally just give me a couple inches right to basically the bottom of the knee, touch on the floor, come through for a clean pull, right? Full extension, but not dropping under at all and not catching in the front rack. Bring it back down to that same position we stopped at, but now for a clean, then 3 front squats and drop. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So how about you go at the top of the interval, so I can watch you and give any feedback.
You got it.
And then I'll go at like the 45 or the minute mark or something like that. Oof. 890. Look at that. Ethan's got the clock ready for us. Somebody messed up my clock in the middle of the day yesterday, and then I didn't. Why would I think it would have changed? And then I started it for the class, and it's a more intricate interval timepiece, and it's like in the first round, it's like going on minute repeats or something. I'm like, crap. Sorry, guys. All right, first one. Here we go. 10 seconds. So halt, good. Floor, clean pull, good. Below the knee, clean. And 3 front squats. Beautiful. You can take the mic off if you don't want to be afraid of hitting it.
What's that?
So you can take the mic off if you don't want to be afraid of hitting it.
Oh yeah. Do that for sure.
What's Yes. Yes. What's your max clean? 155. Okay. All right. 8 sets. Yep. You can make some smaller 5 to 10 pound jumps. All right, so on the first one, basically that halting clean deadlift is the first pull of the clean off the floor. And so what we're trying to do off the floor is basically go from a squatted position to a position where I pull my knees back and kind of get my knees out of the way, right? Versus have my knees kind of in front of the bar. So that's the first thing I want you to think about. No. You check up front? So that makes sense? Yeah. So position 1, position 2, right? So my knees come back and kind of get out of the way. Yeah. Then down, pull, below the knee, yep. Good. That position was way better. So now, the clean pull, and then going through to the full clean is emphasis. So clean pull especially is emphasizing what's happening in basically the second portion of the lift. Okay? So if the first portion is ground to the knee, second portion is knee to extension, okay? So right now, you're losing out on a lot of power because the bar's kind of out in front of you. You don't really have very much of an aggressive contact point. A lot of that just comes from being too quick on that second pull. So this is looking better. But now here, wait, then extend, wait. And you're letting the bar get a little higher on your thigh. So not pulling from at the knee, wait, and then that actual contact point where it is hitting. That's better. Down, wait. So that one you literally pulled it from below your knees. The clean pull looked better. Yeah, so that clean pull looked better when you actually went for it. It was straight from the knee. Okay, so halt.
So is it that point from the hips that generates the power?
Right, so you're trying to be patient so that that bar, basically the closer the bar gets to your hips, the more of that power transfer you're gonna get. And when you're pulling it from your knees, you're also super far away from the bar. So you're also waiting to let that kind of sink in closer. So not just height, but distance laterally. Good. Down. Yeah, there you go. Wait, go. Yeah, way better. Way better. Feel a difference? Great. Yeah, this is 5. I probably should have gone up. Good. Yeah. Yeah, good. Good. Way better position. Now, the squat, okay? So now this is the stuff we were talking about last week with accessing that ankle range that you know you have, right? Now you know you have it, and so, yeah, your quads probably need to get stronger to be strong and stable in that position, but it's gotta start with, right, getting there and training it, and not always just reverting to that posterior dominant squat.
You can answer this when you're done, but you're saying willingness to lean farther forward? It's like now I know that I'm engaging my hips farther back. Guess I can just watch Jarek do it too.
So it's a fight, especially in the front rack. It's a fight to stay vertical and to keep the hips in versus letting them swing back. Yeah, good. Nice, nice. Ugh. Frick. Justin did 205. Wonder why Alex stopped. Actually, he might have been a little short on time. Okay. Hold, pull, low hang, front squat. I don't know why I did the squat clean on the last one. There we go. Oofed. I don't want to do another one. Oh. 3 squat. 1, 2, good. One more. There you go. Give me your 5s. Here we go. I heard the timer go on my last one, so I'm waiting until it ticks over. Well, this is the last one. Well, yeah, whatever. Here we go. Oh, I'm bleeding. Huh. Yeah, also probably residual from yesterday. Dang, that's pretty bad. All right. Come on. Oh yeah, you're...
So what am I doing wrong if, when I have the bar in front rack, I really feel it pushing on that first
So, with that position, certainly your lengths, okay, so the size of your hand, the length of your forearm, length of your upper arm, right? Those are gonna change all the angles, right? And so certainly, whatever that would be, you know, the longer, basically if your humerus is significantly shorter than normal, right? The ratio is closer to your forearm. It's gonna make that harder, right? If that's a little bit longer, right? That's gonna, there's more, right? Less mass to be cramming in there. But then, think about if more of that angle is being made up by your shoulder, right? Getting your elbow high and letting the actual load on the bar press down on the shoulder,
Sure.
versus when that's a low and now there's more load pressing your wrist into extension, right? That's gonna change significantly.
Sure.
Load going into your shoulder and your torso and where you really want it to go, versus, hey, if that rack position is a little weak, now all of a sudden your wrist is taking a ton of extension load, bearing the weight of the bar, right? So actually, you know, some people they'll do like the open-handed, kind of let it roll into your fingers type of grip. So like this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But in reality, while maybe that gets you access to a position that there's no other option to, my wrist is way more extended here than it is here.
Sure.
Right? So if I can keep keep the bar lower into my palm, right now, the leverage of my hand that bar is grabbing onto is less, right? I've shortened that tiny little lever of my palm. It's extending my wrist, putting less load there.
So less finger,
Right,
more palm.
but if and only if you can get those elbows higher. So one of the things I do is I actually keep a pretty narrow grip on the bar.
Sure.
Because I know that's gonna allow me to keep that and still get my shoulders and my elbows in a position where that weight is still sitting on your delts versus in your hands. Yeah, that looks way better.
Cool.
You feel a difference there?
Yeah.
Great. Great. All right. I'm just gonna set this aside so I remember to clean it. Okay. So you are gonna need one set of dumbbells.
Okay.
Okay, so that Z press is a seated, strict, dual dumbbell overhead press.
Okay.
So I want you to use a weight where you're gonna have to break up those 15 reps. It's just one set right in the middle, and it should be a challenge.
Okay.
And
You want me to wait to put the stuff away?
Huh? Weights are done. Oh, and I'm gonna set up right here. I'm gonna use this mat because I don't like smashing my head against the ground. And those are not the right plates. Okay, so I guess we can talk through this a little bit. So this is some people would say this isn't a true chipper because the sit-ups we're coming back to. So I have it written out as a chipper, basically go top to bottom. But it's kind of like 3 rounds with the overhead movement changing, and actually it's getting easier as you go. So 3 prescribed movements there are the handstand walk into a strict handstand push-up into a kipping handstand push-ups. So all 3 of those inverted movements are taxing on the core. And so all those sit-ups are basically making each one of those sets even harder than they were before. I got a mess here. So your bear crawl distance is white to white, 5 lengths. So down 1, back 2. Okay, so we got 40 feet here, so 5 lengths for that. I'm going this red chip to white chip, 4 lengths. for 100 feet. So sit-ups are the same. You've got your 5 lengths there. Second set of sit-ups. You're doing seated press in the middle. Sit-ups again. And you just got regular hand release to finish. 20 reps to finish.
Should I have an ab mat at each end, or do I need to run back here after 5?
Oh, see, here's the deal. I did not make this 40-foot decision. That was Ethan this morning, and I'm sure they did not think about that. So if you'd like an alternative, you can turn more and go the same route as me and only have one ab mat. But since it's just us here, heck, use all the equipment you want.
Great.
All right.
There's no standard, I can't break it.
There you go. 40 there. Handstand walk. And not strict here. Okay. Kip to finish. Yeah, shoot, I'm gonna want mine. Well, whatever. I'll pull it over when I need to. Well, no, I guess I'll finish here. It's just the one set. Yeah. I can pull it over when I go over there.
So then the last set for me is hand release push-up.
Hand release, 20 hand release.
Great.
To finish. All right.
Down, sit up, this. Down, back down, back down. So the downside of having a mic is you have a tendency to think out loud. Just sound like a crazy person.
I feel like my hat's probably gonna fall off. You won't be able to hear me huffing and puffing. Oh, I don't need my monitor. We'll do it all natural. Is it all or natural? That's what I thought. Alright, ready? Here we go. 10 seconds. Whew. 2, 1, let's work. There's 40. Okay. Oh, come on. Woo! One down. Take my shirt in. Darn it. Two down. Ha. I'm counting that. That was ugly. I am on camera. I don't like how close I am here. I'll go fast on this last one. 20. Ah! Oh boy. Ooh. There we go. 15 strict. Six. There we go. 6, 5, 4. See if we can do it. Oh boy, this kind of sucks. Nope. That's 8. 9. This is getting bad. Okay. Let's rest. Try to get a little bigger set here. 9. Frick, those guys are flying. 10. Frick. That was balance. 2 more. I probably shouldn't have counted. 8, 9. Oh, okay. Oh boy. 20 reps. Here we go. With the kip now. Let's see if it helps. Oh boy. Oh boy. 9 reps. 4 reps. Ah, 9:45. Look up! Yeah! Yeah. Oof-da. Oh man. Yeah, that was
When I grabbed the 25s for the seated Z press, I wasn't thinking about how much those abs are going to be toasted after that first set.
Yeah, I mean,
I did one, had to go down.
from the sit-ups, and honestly, even on that first set, there was a lot of interference from yesterday's workout. I was not ready for. Oh, but that was good in multiple ways. Obviously, variance we already talked about in time domain from yesterday, but just looking at what the two of us just did there. So that concept of program for the best, scale for the rest, it does multiple things. At first, it gives us an intended stimulus, right? A target stimulus. So obviously finishing in roughly the same time domain, that's a global stimulus that, hey, what we did there, was in the same energy pathway, that sort of thing, right?
Sure.
We've obviously got the movement patterns that we're using, right? So for yours, we did kind of a combo of the positions and movement patterns versus the modalities. And so what I mean there is you had the bear crawl and the hand release push-up, moving your body through space, but then with that overhead press was more so mimicking the movement pattern, right, with external load versus body weight load. To finish roughly in the same time there, that was pretty solid. Although, gosh.
Compliments to the coach.
Huh?
Compliments to the coach.
Yeah, I try. Little upset about being so far behind those other two dudes, but honestly, I don't know that I would have finished 100 feet of handstand walking even a year ago. So pretty happy with that, especially not in that quick of a time and doing 25-foot segments like that. So I'm pretty happy with it. Any other burning questions other than am I going to clean up?
Maybe an odd one, but you know,
Blood
that's
mess.
part of why I'm here. Last set of sit-ups.
Yes.
Going back with my arm. Right or left pec was tight.
Okay.
Is that probably the bear crawl, or is that just swinging the arm back?
What's getting your pecs tight?
Well, I mean, I noticed it during the sit-ups.
Right. It's like but you're saying deep into the workout, you're finally noticing that. Wow, that's basically contracting and getting short.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
So yes, for sure. So if we think about the anatomy of the shoulder, your primary movers are the pec, the delts, and the lats.
Sure.
Right. And so any moving your arms in any position. So the kind of horizontal pressing, right, which is where you are,
Sure.
especially during that bear crawl, that's going to definitely be pec dominant, right? The lat is a lot more lengthening when you're overhead, and then the obviously the shortening being the pulling, any sort of pulling in the shoulder. The pressing overhead, while yes, that's going to be a lot more of what's happening with the delts. Your pecs are still at play. Your pecs are still a primary mover of the shoulder. But yeah, the fact that you're having fatigue there deep into the workout to the point where, okay, when you try to now lengthen that, right, in that overhead position. So one thing that people sometimes get surprised by is the day after doing a bunch of toes to bar, their pecs will be sore, right? Because we did a ton of just lengthening of that tissue in that globally extended position. Yeah, so that all makes sense. Oh, it's good. All right, folks. We might, Kevin and I might try to make this a regular thing, Tuesday afternoons. Good work.